Looking good so far. Alright. Cool. Alright, hey there everyone. How's it going? I'm back again for another review this week. And this week the product we're going to be looking at is Taco Bell's Carolina Reaper steak fries. Though for me, I'll be getting it with chicken instead of steak. So let's take a look at that. I've got it right here. I think they redesigned their bag, so that's a neat addition. Oh my. There we go. Comes with a couple of napkins and a nice prepackaged fork. So let's take a look at what we got here. Oh my. Can't do it with both the fork. So what's going on is it's a little bit greasy on the tin, so a little difficult to get open. There we go. So what we got in here is you got Taco Bell's fries. There's some sour cream. Looks like some cheese, some tomatoes, and then the special Reaper sauce. Now these fries look about the same as the nacho fries, which I really like. Big fan of those. I think those are some of the best fries in the game right now. Oh my. Actually, I'm gonna have to use a napkin to wipe my hands off a little bit. So I'm gonna get that fork open. So I'm curious to see what they do, because you know they're claiming to put like a really hot pepper in there, the Carolina Reaper, and you know to me that sort of screams of gimmick. I'm always sort of cautious about things that try to be hot, because sometimes you know these companies, they just say let's just crank the heat up and that'll get the kids, because the kids these days are just into pain or something, but it doesn't actually contribute anything to you know like the peppery flavor. So it's just spice with you know sort of no added value. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Okay, definitely hot. Much hotter than I would you know prefer to eat, but there's definitely some hints of you know pepper flavor there that's sort of independent of you know just the heat. I'm gonna get another bite right here. It's got some of the sour cream and cheese on it and some of the sauce. Much better. Got a bit of chicken in there. The sour cream does a nice job balancing out the heat of the sauce. It looks like they have some of their nacho cheese sauce in there too. You know, their nacho cheese sauce, not that great. But the saltiness from the nacho cheese sauce actually really nicely balances out the heat of the sauce. There's also a few chunks of tomatoes. Gonna try to get some of that in there. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah. Skewered a few. Yeah. This is well balanced. I think on its own, the sauce for me is pretty meh. But I think in the context of this sort of full dish, oh my. So it's definitely hot. It's hot enough to spice me out. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I feel my cheeks flushing. I'm sort of turning red. It's enough to spice me out. Now, my tolerance for spice is quite low, so I don't think that means very much. But I would say, as a whole, this is pretty well done. I'm glad they gave me the fork. This would not be a good experience to eat this with your hands. It's you know, it's full of sauce everywhere. You know, it's much more like poutine. And I swapped out chicken for steak. But you know, if you order it, you'll probably get it with steak. And I think steak is probably the right way to do it. It's got, a little bit more savoriness than the chicken does. And that, some of that umami will really round things out. For me personally, I think I would just prefer the regular nacho fries to this. I think they really got it good with the dry rub on the nacho fries. You still get some of that in there, but it's just really overpowered. By the Reaper sauce. I'm also not sure if I'm the right person to review this, in the sense that I don't really like to eat spicy food that much, so I can sort of get some hints of some of the flavor in the Reaper sauce, but for me, it's personally just completely overpowered by the spiciness, which isn't what I like. But as far as my standards go, I can at least taste that there's some of the pepperiness there, and I think for other people who are more tolerant of spice, that flavor will come out a lot more. So I'm gonna give this a 7. I think it's okay. It's pretty good, reasonably well executed. I don't think the spice is just a gimmick. I think it does blend well in the context of this dish, which I think is very important. But it's not for the faint of heart. I think this is enough to spice me out, which isn't that big of a deal. But I think if you really don't like spicy food, I don't think you'll enjoy this very much. I think this will be quite polarizing. But I think they did a good job bringing everything together nicely. This sort of thing also comes in a burrito. That actually arguably might be a better way to eat this, because the sauces are all sort of mixed up together, and you get a more sort of balanced bite. Because it's sort of hard to see. Actually, let's switch back to the other camera. It's just sometimes you get some that have like a tomato and other bites that are all Reaper sauce. And that's a little bit less balanced. I think in the burrito, everything will just sort of be forced to come together more, and I think that'll be a better eating experience. I didn't want to double down on this because that would be too much, but yeah, I would say if I were to try this, I would go for the burrito. Actually, I think that'll be easier to eat. You probably don't get that much less, and I think the flavors will complement each other better in that package. Still holding with the 7, but yeah, it's worth a shot. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm not sure if I'll be back next week with another review, but stay tuned and we'll keep people who are interested up to date. Thanks everyone, and have a great rest of your day.